Welcome back to the Olga S Show. I'm your host, Olga. How you doing? Welcome, all you wonderful, amazing humans. Hope this live stream finds you well. Make sure to follow me on Rumble. I'm also live on Twitch all at the same time, here on YouTube. All the above, baby. Smash that like button if you're just happy to see me. It helps the algorithm. You're everything. Without you, this is not happening. I got everything ready for you guys today. I mean, I always do. And then, I don't know, things always happen, right? But that's the thing with being live, right? So, yeah, I know the big news. It shouldn't be the biggest news. But, of course, Tucker Carlson. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. I'm just going to give you my input, my insight. Obviously, I want to get your insight. Make sure to tip your message. Super chat, Rumble rant. So I don't miss your messages, especially if you want me to share them. If you're a member, you get priority, baby. Become a member. A member today. Also follow me and become a member on Locals. It's a cool fee a month. Oh, yeah. And there's just a lot coming. And the more members I get, the more I can do, the better it will get. I'm a woman of my word. Stan, you can trust me on this one. And yeah, so before I get started, make sure to comment. Your comments are my fuel. I do read them and I will respond, whether it's in the live chat or the replay. So yeah, we're going to start off. I'm going to talk about Tucker. I'm going to talk about this hacker exposing some vile darkness. And not, I'm all about positivity. And I want to brighten your day, even in the worst moments. But this is important. This is very important to me. I talk about it all the time. And I want to share it, and especially my male audience. This is for everybody, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, boys and girls, adult boys and girls. I want to share this with you guys. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get into it, but we're going to at least talk about it, and I'm going to share it so that you guys can watch it on your own time. I'm going to do a little flashback of a Bud Light commercial from the 80s. And, but before we start all that, I'm going to do my little intro for those who don't know. Bring them to Pa so that they know what's going on over here on the Olga S. Pérez Show podcast. Hi, I'm Olga S. Pérez, coming at you live, unleashing the power of perspective, one reaction at a time. I've been a life strategist for over 20 years, and I'm here to share my insights on trending topics, current news, and music videos that we all want to talk about with love and humor. Yes, with love and humor, baby. Virtual hug for everybody out there. Virtual hug. Hope you can feel it. I'm a hugger. Yep. Even if you're like, I'm really not one of those people that like to be hugged. Trust me. I know how to hug you. Okay. Certain people I hug tighter. Others a little, maybe a little tap. But I leave it at least a few seconds, long enough that the immune system bursts. It ignites. It's a fact. It's a scientific fact, guys. Look it up. So if you haven't hugged somebody, hug somebody. At least for 30 seconds. That's when it's most efficient, to say the least. Oh, we are just so amazing creatures. We can be pretty disgusting, but we are. I believe our true nature is to be good and loving. How do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing your chats, seeing what you guys have to say. Oh no, I think that for now, that's, believe it or not, I got a lot to bite off. And for those who don't know, so the first part of the live stream is talking about the certain topics that I pick. And I know a lot of times I pick certain trending news that, it comes, some of it is continuous and some of it just goes away. And it's like, whatever happened to that? Well, I want you guys to know, or to remind you, that when I choose topics, whatever topics I choose, it's because it's going to become a part of our memory data bank. And it serves us to how to make opinions or have a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I choose it because something in that story means something bigger than just a story. You feel me? You follow me? All right. And, but I like to start off with something funny. And for those people that talk about Conspiracy theory, but BS. I saw this meme and I thought it was awesome. Let me share this meme with you guys. So let's start out with a funny. Look at this. This is me, right? I'll read it to you guys. Just want to make sure. Look at that. Look at that. Mocking a conspiracy theorist whom has done probably 20,000 hours of research when you have done none. In bold letters, none. Right? Do you feel me? Guys, give me a holler, give me thumbs up, give me something. Do you feel me on this one? I mean, you can apply this picture to so many things, but yeah, this one, I was like, I just couldn't stop laughing. Oh, so I hope this made you smile. And then, not to get a little heavy, but I thought this also was something that I think is so telling for today's times, and I think we should never forget things like this. Check this little, it's not a meme, this is a quote. Tolerance will reach such a level that intelligent people will be banned from thinking so as not to offend the imbeciles. And you know, if you know me, how much I like to use that word imbecile to describe all the politicians and so-called leaders of the world. Imbeciles. And that's me being nice, in a nutshell. So I was like, oh, yeah. Let's share this. Also, I've had some comments that I wanted to get into, but I don't know if we're gonna have time. But yeah, like I was saying, so now I'm gonna start with this few stories. Like I said, the Tucker, the Bud Light, and the hacker that exposed this darkness. And then, for the last half or last quarter of the video, today's Hump Day Wednesday, Reaction Wednesday. I always deliver, like I said, unless something happened to me. And you guys voted, and this got in. And this, it's going to be the 5-finger death punch. Let's see. So I got it, as you can see, I got it queued up. The 5-finger death punch, wrong side of heaven. I'm excited. I really want to see. I mean, first of all, I've never heard of this group. So all the videos I always do, it's always a first-time reaction. But I've definitely never heard of this. And somebody had mentioned it. I looked it up, then I put the vote up, and you guys voted. And I'm like, wow. And I'm really into the whole wrong side of heaven. But I have no idea what music genre, nothing. And no spoiler alerts, please. But I do have my tissue. Just in case if it goes that way. Yeah. So, I saw a few things that were trending. It changed every hour on Twitter. But speaking of Twitter, let's start with the Tucker. And like I said, I'm sure you guys already seen this, heard it, watched it. But for those who didn't, let's watch this and let's break it down. But you know what? Before I do that, let's see who's already in the live chat. Make sure don't be shy. Even just say a hi. Who's with me already? Hey, Billy Joe. Hi, Olga. Hello, Billy. Hi, Eric. Live. Whoop, whoop. I like that. Tanya. Let me see. Are you thinking, wait, oh. Are you thinking like, your how you doing is like this? How you doing? Or is it more of like how you doing? Because I feel like you didn't put an exclamation. You know, that's super cool. Love you. Great to see you. MM in the house. What's up? And these are all members. Become a member, guys. You get priority and then some. Hello, Olga in chat. Amazing how Olga can turn a drabby day to one much brighter. No. I love the emojis. Oh, I guess it's raining where you're at. Partly cloudy. Sunshine. Oh, I love the way you put the Olga with all the emojis. Yo! So cool. Thank you. See, I know some people get live streamers too, or content creators, or influencers, whatever you want to call it. Some of them are annoyed by the emojis. And I get it. Like sometimes when somebody gives me all these emojis, I'm like, okay, I really, because for the podcast, I would describe it for the listeners. But now the podcast, it was too much content. And so I brought it down to all the reaction videos. So if you guys haven't already signed up to my podcast, check it out. And it's, it's not edited. I just only cut out the reaction part. And they're between 30 minutes on average. And it seems like a lot more people have been listening to my podcast and downloading them. So that's cool. But I don't know if you guys knew about it. But then again, I know like certain people are podcasters. Like I have friends who are like, all they do is listen to podcasts and they don't watch any YouTube at all. And not even if it's me, but they are religious about the podcast, whether it's on Spotify. Guys, you can find me everywhere. Spotify, Apple, you name it. I'm pretty much everywhere. Google Play and all that. Yeah. Check it out. Anthony Brown, how you doing? All love. Just to show you, Anthony Brown, this happens sometimes where that's how it'll show me the emojis. Doesn't that suck? But there's no rhyme or reason. Because, I just shared MMs and you could see that. No rhyme or reason. I've seen the same people put emojis, like Victor. Victor's a big emoji one. And some of them come through and some of them come in like text format, just so you know. But thank you. Great to see you, baby. Yeah. So let's play this Tucker. Let's talk about Tucker over here. Here we go. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Let's see. Okay. Oh.
You often hear people, hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies, but most of the time that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read the New York Times is in fact true in the literal sense. It could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see. If I tell you that a man has been unjustly arrested for armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you? No, I'm not. Right. I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year. What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess. It's guaranteed. Every person who works in English language media understands that. The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets. You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it.
Now, you notice he says we. I mean, there's lots he said here. Loving it so far. Think it's great. The whole Elon and him, I don't think they have a contract. I couldn't find anything about that. But then I also found in the news that he got fired finally from Fox. But I couldn't find more information about that, like why, etc. Did they, Did they get a settlement? What, you know? But then the biggest part is that this video comes out, and then later I find out he's fired. Assuming that that is the real news. But when he says we, what do you think he's talking about? Do you think he's talking about we the people, American people, or us humans that have a right, have a voice, and no one's allowed to shut us down unless the creator does it, in my opinion. But let me rewind just a little bit about the we.
But actually, the gatekeepers are still in charge.
Right.
We think that's a bad system.
Of course.
We know exactly how it works.
But again, we think. Is he speaking for all of us?
And we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
So, what did you guys think about that? Seriously, gloves off, totally real, raw, live. I want to see your comments before I go into the next subject. Again, you know, maybe it needs... Hey, Ashes to Ashes, great to see you. Also, we're on Rumble. Hi, Tanya, we're on Rumble. Hi, DR Tree. Or DR3. Sorry. Hello with my dyslexia. Oh, I think Tucker is talking about us, right? Us. But us, the American people? Or do you think he's referring to a group? I think Americans. But again, see, that's me probably projecting from my heart and soul. But also him and Elon as a team. Yes! Yes! That makes sense. Yes. I agree with that. Still wonder me why Tucker and others didn't come forward years earlier. Yes. I mean, he did. Remember that podcast that he did, the Full Send podcast, where he's like, and he claims that he was in the dark, completely oblivious, and then he got a clue, and then he was like, oh my God, this is horrible. And little by little, he was inching out. But you know, all those supposed video leaks of him, like when he was being told what to say or not to say or what to wear. So, that's part of it. Sometimes you just got to play your cards right. Like, the whole join them to beat them. And sometimes it's a long process. But I'm not defending him because I really think he should have opened his mouth about a lot of shit, and he didn't. Dr. Shiva's one of them. Like, why haven't you talked to Dr. Shiva? What the is wrong with you? That, unless, again, his producer, his boss, said no. But he could have emailed Dr. Shiva, and I believe he just completely ignored him. I mean, even Elon Musk has ignored Dr. Shiva, tagging him. Guys, I've talked about Dr. Shiva. I've shared some of his content. And I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I reached out to him to have him as a guest. I have to double check. Yeah, I got to do all these follow-ups. See, I need a producer. This is why I need your donations. I need sponsors to help me do all this stuff. Somebody made a comment earlier today, or was it yesterday, and I responded to it. They're like, hey, Olga, I think you would have better numbers if you cut up clips. I totally agree. But I already spend a lot of hours on the computer, and I got a bad neck, and I get deeply affected to the point that I can't function sometimes, and I can't even show up for the live. So that's why I need your help. I need your help, so many reasons. But again, for those of you that have already helped me, that are already become a member, and then you're liking the videos, you're commenting. I mean, you're doing maximum. Absolutely. It's wonderful. But to get more people that view this, to join, to collaborate, to support in any way they can, that's how it's going to happen. Oh, anyway, sorry. So to finish MM's message is, okay, yeah, he didn't come forward years earlier. Better late than never, I guess. Oh, it's funny. I didn't finish reading it, and I was basically saying kind of like that. Billy Joe, I saw a video where they left a live camera and mic on trying to catch him saying things that they could use against him. I know, and they did a terrible job. I didn't see anything that was bad or made me not like him. In fact, I'm starting to like him when I didn't give a shit before. It had to do with him leaking the information from January 6th when he got the video of 4,500 hours worth of footage that should, right, yeah, you know it. Let me see my my wonderful Rumble viewers if I missed any texts. Okay. I think he means us as everyone in the world because Twitter is really worldwide. Thank you. And see, that's what my first thing was that. Like, I really think he's speaking to everybody. That's awesome. Hey, the Rational Texan. Great to see you. Love the emojis, baby. Yeah. I know everyone's been talking about it. They have not stopped talking about it. Big deal because he's such a huge influence. And these big, legacy media think they are so powerful. So, like, they can determine. It's too late. Like, how can they not know that they think it's them, right? Fox or whatever, CNN, NBC. Like, then why, if the personality didn't matter, and if we have ever seen it more clear than ever before, is on platforms like YouTube, where, but either way, all social medias, right? We have influencers in all of the social medias, not just, video content creation. So, I mean, they don't give a shit. I already know that. They don't give a shit. They got all the money. They don't care. And whenever I use the words elites, I don't say it because I think they're elite. When I say elites, it's because people understand what I mean by that. But I'm over it. I've said it enough times. And from now on, I'm going to call them what they are. Globalists, thieves, liars, scum. We can go on and on. But yeah, I forgot. I actually had a plan that what I was going to call them moving forward. But it's not going to be elites. It's going to be the... I mean, there's so many ways to call them, but what's a good word, guys? Remind me. I'm sure I've used better words before. But yeah, they're not. They are the corrupt, self-proclaimed, unvoted, unelected psychopaths. But I got to have one word to make everybody and everything easier for everybody. But I forgot I wanted to share this video. I thought it was pretty good too. Following the meme. I'm going to do it now before I even got into the whole Tucker thing. But the Tucker thing, I'm just like, this is exciting. Very exciting. Because when you start a movement, there's an old Spanish saying that says, Cuando el río suena, agua lleva. Which means when you hear the river moving, going down, making a stream, it means something's happening. It's kind of like the whole when you see smoke or you smell smoke, there's probably smoke, right? But what I like about this Spanish version of it is that the fact that they're talking, the fact that they're making noise, the fact that they're putting out this frequency, I do feel good coming from it. But by no means do I think it's, say, Elon. Okay? I've said it before. I keep reminding you guys, I'll never lose my point on, or my stance on that. Never. There's only one God. All right. Let me share this video. Hope you guys enjoy this.
My name is Ted. Who writes the op-eds you see all over the internet? My name is Ted. Yeah, I'm the guy who writes the op-eds you see all over the internet. I use a lot of different pen names, but it's all me. I guess you could say my job is to ask serious questions about the way the world is. People often ask where my unique perspective comes from. It's hard to say. I guess my mind just works differently than other people's.
I'm just as much a woman as anyone else. Why don't people see that?
Yeah, why don't people see that? Why don't people accept that trans women are women? I find it stifles my creativity to ask a single other human being about the topics I write about. Why don't more people support BLM? Usually I'll just hear something that's confusing to me, and then I'll marinate in that until I'm confused enough about the topic to write an op-ed about it. Why would anyone want to carry a gun? American trust in media is at an all-time low. Why is that? And that's pretty much how I come up with the profound questions that I explore in my writing. Once I finish each article, my editor takes it off my computer and gives it the title I tell him. And voila, it's online.
Become a member at freedomtoons.com for exclusive...
How about that, guys? What do you guys think? Did you enjoy it? I think it was super creative. I know the guy, I mean, you can see it's Freedom Tunes. And I think it's like, his name is Seamus. And I believe he does it all of it by himself. It's incredible. This guy's so talented. And I think he's super smart. And he's a young man at that. So, you see, I really do believe that there's a lot more good men than shitty ones. But that they don't know what to do about it or to attract the right person, it's not that hard, guys. Did you know that? Did you know within your first date, like, you know, I've already told you, if you're going to do internet dating, I'm totally against it. But if you're going to do it, you text, they text back, oh, I kind of like you, or I like your profile thing. And then get right away to a date, or at the very least, a FaceTime call or a Zoom call or some kind of video call. Get right to it. Don't waste your time. Number one. Number two, you tell them straight up. Don't be afraid. But see, what most people do, and they don't want to admit it, is that they're trying to get that person. They're like, I'm into them, and I'm going to say what I think is going to work, and I'm going to, whatever it takes to get them to like me. Wrong. The complete opposite is actually what really works. I know. You're welcome. Tell them the worst about you. Matter of fact, I had a mentor years ago, and I was already doing it, but I had my own style. And his style was, I'll ask the woman, tell me the worst thing you've ever done in your life. And like, you can trust me, He establishes the trust by being a gentleman and treating her with respect and, being a good listener is a good one, guys. I know when you get nervous, you can talk a lot. I get it. But, everybody wants to feel special. And if you really want that person, and again, this could be applied to even somebody you're already married to. Have you ever had that conversation? What's the worst thing you've ever done? And this guy in particular would say, I guarantee you that whatever your worst thing is, I've done something even worse. You know what I mean? And it's a great conversation starter. I mean, it's so good in so many ways. But say you're not comfortable with that, so you don't want to go there. Like, you know how I see a lot of videos lately about, like, what's your body count, right? Especially with the women thinking that they're better or they're more equal to men with the body count. Dude, that's also part of being young. Like, you just got to figure shit out. And once you do it and you realize, I really don't like this. A lot of people lie to themselves, both men and women. But yeah, that Freedom Tunes just reminded me, because I just had this vision. I don't know if Seamus is dating someone. I'm definitely going to ask him to be a guest as well. I don't know if he's dating somebody, because I stopped watching Tim Pool, and he's a guest or co-host very often on Tim Pool, or at least he used to be. So I don't know if he's ever mentioned having a girlfriend or if he's dating. But like, if you guys see what the guy looks like, he doesn't look like, Hercules or whatever. Like, I forget all those memes. What's the name of that meme of a guy that's all chiseled? It's a black and white picture. I see a lot of guys use it as a profile picture and whatnot. I know there's a name for that guy. Anyway, it's like the woman with like the hourglass kind of figure, right? And the boobs and the butt and like all symmetrical, whatever. You know what? You might want to look a certain way. You might think, oh, she looks better than me, or he looks better than me, or I'm fat, or I'm short, or whatever your issues are. Trust me, your personality can completely change the way you look. I am not kidding you. It's like it's this form of wizardry. And that's exactly what the media and the so-called leaders have been doing. Okay? Casting spells left and right like magicians. That's why they lie. All an illusion. Illusions. Something that Tucker obviously mentioned. So keep that in mind, that when you just show up and actually show like the worst of you, if that person gets it, you're on to a good start. And if they don't, great. You save time and money, to say the least. But yeah, I thought it was very creative, that video, especially with all the woke shit. I'm like, oh, look at that. What a great way, like a positive way of dealing with such low level. Again, I'm being nice. Because I was going to say like degenerate, but it's not putting any group down. It's a society when it crumbles, and it's historic. It's happened. Look at Rome, at least. So just they try to normalize stuff that is just not in our nature, not predominantly. And being nice, again, the road to hell was paved with good intentions. So being nice is not the answer. Being respectful and thoughtful, yeah. Anyway, so going back real quick to the Tucker thing. You know, I saw like Brian Stelter trending on Twitter, and I thought, you know what? And I checked it out just to see. I figured it had to do with Tucker, and of course it did. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to share this. I'm just sharing it with you guys, that I actually like the little backlash and how they're all like freaking out, getting all triggered about Tucker, and they're just so disgusting and so low that I'm not going to share it. You feel me? Nope. Because that's why they're opening their mouth. They're trying to piggy bank on him. So then, talking about like a little, you know, circle back, like the Saki said all the time. I found this article on Newsweek about the whole Bud Light and how the commercials were in the 80s. So check this out. There was a few of them. I'm sharing with you the one I like the most. Let's see. 1 second. It's a great article. Well, here's the article real quick. So here's the article in Newsweek. Men dressed in drag in Bud Light commercial resurfaces ladies' night. And I was like, do I remember that? I don't think I do. But I'm like, as soon as I watched it. So it was a really good article. One of the things that the article said was the Budweiser ad isn't meant to parody transgendered persons or gays. It plays on Miss Doubtfire Tootsie joke of obvious men, operative word, obvious men dressing as women out of the need. It's older than television. Something. Well, read the statement. Anyway, it was a pretty good article, but I thought for fun and for discussion, let's see this. Let's see this commercial. Let's see. Bud Light, please.
Tonight's ladies' night, and there's a special on Bud Light.
Oh, really?
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Oh no, it's Ted from accounting.
What'd you guys think about that? I mean, clearly they're trying to get the deal, ladies' night, cheap beer. And I think it was cute. Nothing compared to the you-know-who of the recent Bud Light ad. So what do you guys think about that commercial? I mean, there's a couple other ones right here. I don't know if you guys want to see it. Because the other one, I didn't think it was funny, but it wasn't bad, but it wasn't that funny either. Here's the other one. Like the one I showed you, the ladies' night. That was from 1993. I thought I said the 80s earlier. Sorry, 1993.
Hey. Hey, what's everybody done? He thinks he can reach that girl. Hey, what's the bet? Hey, Brick Boy, go dust yourself off. Hi, Cupcake. Put this empire of Bud Light in. You appreciate it.
Oh, guys.
The great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
How is it?
Make it a Bud Light.
Oh, my God. Okay. Now you should be able to see it. what button I touched.
Hey, looks like your buddy Don. He thinks he can meet that girl. Hey, what's the bet?
Hey, Brick Boy, go dust yourself off. Hi, Cupcake. What do you say I buy you a Bud Light and you appreciate it?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Nicely done. Fun to watch.
Make it a Bud Light.
Which one did you guys like better? Going back to the article. I think there was one more, but no. Maybe it's just those two. Yeah, I like the ladies' night one, and I thought, did I play the whole thing? Yeah, right? Obviously, that one, right? That one, you didn't get the commercial because the audio is not as good as if I shared it like directly from YouTube. But yeah, hello, the Major. Great to see you guys. Yeah, me too. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, I like the ladies' night one. I thought that was classic. That's like some real dudes for me. You know what I mean? Some funny guys. My style, baby. My style. Okay, so let me say. So I didn't see any comments about the Freedom Tunes one. What did you guys think? I mean, it didn't really make me laugh out loud, just chuckle here and there. But yeah, you know, try like to keep it light, honey. Like to keep the negative on the lighter side, because you know me, when I go on my rants and I go off, I go off. So this is the dark part that I was telling you guys about. You ready now? I prepped you. You're good to go. Here is this video that I found on Twitter. Then I started following a couple threads, or just, I guess, once I clicked on it, all these other things started popping up. And I literally saw this video. And the first words, you know, he like had me at hello. And then I'm going to share a real quick tweet about someone else commenting on it. But this, as you can see, it's a 2.5 hour something podcast, I guess, show. It's the Sean Ryan Show. Never seen him, never heard of him. But again, check this out. Just the first words. So it says, #1 ethical hacker who hunts child predators catches one live on podcast. So I didn't watch the whole podcast. But you know I like to bring this stuff to attention because it's swept under the rug too much. And this is just like the border. No, dude. When people are getting hurt and killed, like, and the leaders, so-called leaders, aren't doing squat and everybody's arguing about what side, who's right, it's bullshit. Because it's easier to bicker than to actually do something and to do things that will actually make a difference, which is us, right? So bear with me.
This is the most evil, the most disturbing, and the darkest episode we have ever released on the Sean Ryan Show. It has to do with predators who are preying sexually on children.
See, I don't want to go any further because I'm not sure how YouTube's going to react to this. You know, we could always go to Rumble, or we can definitely get into the real raw, uncensored, completely unfiltered over on Locals. And I will be doing that. But here's what this person posted about it on Twitter. There was more, but this one got me. Joshua Reed. This is a dark rabbit hole, but it needs to be seen. Ryan Montgomery, the world's #1 ethical hacker, has exposed the world of the dark child trafficking and pedo, you know what I mean? Because they're already going to crap me on that one. The media ignored it. Law enforcement wouldn't investigate. This is unbelievable, right? So here's what this guy says.
reaction that this guy got from the press. Yeah, cowardice is the right word for the reaction that this guy got from the press and the police for doing something amazing. Okay, so trigger warning for this one. You guys know I am never at a loss for words. The clip I'm about to show you, I don't know what to say. The guy you're about to see is an ethical hacker who wound up starting to take down the wrong type of websites that looked to harm chillin'. Horrible, horrible stuff. And he ran into a media incompetency, doesn't even really cover it. Trigger warning on the clip, even with all the bleeps, it's gonna turn your stomach, but hang in. It pays off and you're gonna wanna know where to go to watch the full episode.
So you started this basically from a text conversation with a concerned mom. That's
Yeah.
what got you into it.
Yeah.
What's some of the text on
I'd like to
rapey.com?
read them to you if you want. I still have them.
Read them.
So this is before I ever caught a single predator in my life. This was the beginning and what set my brain off.
I'm concerned because see what's happening here? I'm showing you on the platform of Twitter. I'm not sure how much I can get away on YouTube. I know we can do this on Rumble, but I am planning on doing the reaction video on YouTube. You know, I take a quick break and then we come back and just, you know, wrap the whole day, today's live stream with the live reaction. So I'm like I said, we're definitely going to talk about this on Locals, but if I unplug from YouTube, I can't come back. And that's where I'm just like, fuck. I want to say it. I want to share it. And I have not seen what we're watching right now. He had me at the first 3 words, and then I kind of read a little bit of the description, looked up this guy's channel. I'm like, oh, where's his show? So here's his show. And I want to share it with you guys. At the very least, I want you guys to watch us. I want, you know, fathers to tell their daughters, their sisters, you know, if you don't have kids, your friends who have, you know, young kids. Like, I can't tell you how often I tell all my family and friends about not letting their kids, especially but all kids, on their cell phones. Like, did you guys just hear that one shitty ass news? Was it in Texas? A 6-year-old girl was forced to do some crazy oral you-know-what under a table with the teacher in the classroom, and the boys videotape it. Like, no. See, I don't understand why people give kids phones. Unless it's just like a phone, like a beeper, where it's all it can do is call 911. You know what I'm saying? For emergencies. I don't get it. And I used to be a teacher. I mean, I don't care how much of a parent you want to be, and give your kids what they like, make them happy. No! Not a freaking phone. How often did I tell you guys? I'm sure I've said it in past live streams, but I actually, when I worked for NBC, I worked in the investigative unit, and I actually got them to do a story of exactly this kind of stuff where I set up, and this was 2004, and I set up a sting in the richest neighborhood of the burbs of Philadelphia. Of course, the neighborhood, the people that live there, give us huge backlash. But I mean, I got the lawyers involved. Like, we got it all checked. It's like, we're doing the right thing. And like, you should want to know that even in your neighborhood, this is how easy it happens. And this is back then, without social media. Imagine. So I'm very passionate about this shit, because this is in many ways preventable. And I know once you watch something, you can't unsee it. So I was like, I definitely didn't want to watch it without you guys. Again, I just think this is huge. And I want to give the attention to this guy right here and see, to me, this is a man. This is a hero. This is brave. Like, and he doesn't look like the Hercules. You see what I'm saying? I'll take this guy over any average looking guy, whatever anyone thinks is the way a guy should look. Like, there's no reason for men to be simps, man. Just do something that's worthwhile. Don't beg. Anyway. By the way, also, guys, when we talk about things like, because, you know, obviously I read your comments. And if I haven't responded, I will be to all the comments. But like, I get a lot of men that are like hurt, or they're tired. And you know, it's a one-sided story when it's just in the comments. And I appreciate being honest and sharing. But I urge people to please join me in the lives, especially when I'm going to start putting in on the description, taking calls on the episodes I know I can take calls. You know, sometimes I do it spontaneously. But let's really talk about this. The hard truth of, well, maybe you did something wrong. Maybe you didn't do your due diligence about who you pick. I mean, who knows? There's so many reasons why men get screwed. But let's talk about it. Don't just say, oh, I'm tired. Or, that's why I was saying earlier that I wanted to share some of these comments. But I feel like I'd rather just dedicate maybe Friday. And I think, wait a minute, guys. Is Friday the second Friday of the month? Because I believe second Friday of the month is Tom McDonald's Friday, Tom's Friday. But that doesn't mean the first half of the live stream, I'm planning on grabbing all these comments and sharing them. And hopefully the people that even made those comments are going to participate. And don't be afraid. I got nothing but love. But tough love is needed. It's needed. But I guarantee you'll walk away feeling better. And for those watching, it might help you or maybe somebody you know. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop this victim shit. Things happen. We make mistakes. Some people suck. But you got to learn from it, pick yourself up, and do better now that you know better. You can't know better if you're feeling bad or you're tired or you're burned out or you're disappointed. You know what I mean? You got to get men. This is why these women are cray-cray. We need you to step up, shake it up, and I'll show you how. But I need you to talk to me, okay? The comments alone, that's just like the frosting. Let's get into it. It'll be fun, I promise. I always make even the worst moments fun. You guys haven't seen me in action. I don't think, right? Have I had anybody talk about their relationships or anything live? Like on this channel? All right, guys. So I want to see your chat. I'm not sure. Yeah, I am a little, you see, about playing. First of all, we're not going to sit here and watch 2 hours of this. I can clearly watch it and take some clips. But even I'm concerned the clips are going to, although this is on his YouTube. Here we go. Let me show you. This is on his YouTube channel. So it's still up here. When did he launch this? A day ago. Well, wow. I've never heard of this guy, guys. And look, he's got over 1 million subscribers. And he's already had 525,000 views. He's like, save the children. Ladies and gentlemen, please comment. Save our children for the algorithm. And share this message wide and far for everyone you know. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for such a heavy discussion. You know what I mean? I don't like to talk about heavy shit, but we have to. Not talking about it is not helping. Ryan is an incredible human being, and we are honored to have him. Please pay close attention to the show and educate your family. I didn't read that comment until right this second, and what did I say from the get-go? So I really do hope that you guys appreciate this, watch it on your own. And like I said, I don't know if he bleeps it out or oh my God. Because I'm just about in 5 days to get rid of my other strike on this channel, on YouTube. So I'm like, shit. But granted, all the other strikes had to do with pharma. That's all I'm going to say about that.
To want to help. Okay, here they are. So the title of this post is, "Who wants to bang these little?" And then somebody replied underneath, "I've got first dibs on the." And this was the photo that they used.
Oh my God.
That's just one of three text
These
messages.
girls look like they're 6.
Very young, yeah.
Oh.
How long did it take you to crack into that website and get this information?
My goal was to just take the site down, and I knew I could make that happen because it was on the clear net, regular internet for anyone to visit. I knew I could do that, but I didn't know if I could actually get access to their server. Once I found the vulnerability, maybe an hour, 2 hours at the most, if I could remember correctly. It wasn't long.
What did you do with this information?
As soon as I got the information, I thought it was slam dunk. I thought like these people were going to jail. You know, I
Right.
thought that maybe I solved something that that the FBI or somebody was, you know, working on for a long time. And I instantly went to the exploited children tip line, and I submitted, you know, saying who the owner of the website was, that I had access to all the data, and that they were welcome to have it, basically. Then I reached out to a bunch of news articles, or I'm sorry, news stations, and talked to a ton of reporters, and all of them were super excited to talk to me. As for the news stations, they, you know, I had full conversations with the reporters. They knew what they were getting themselves into. They were very excited about reporting on it. And once it got back from legal, they weren't allowed to report on it. Every single one of them completely disregarded me. I sent a lot of those notes over to Project.
Now, isn't that funny? Oh, look, he sent it to Project Veritas. I wonder if he actually sent it to James O'Keefe's new OMG.
Veritas with some evidence of that.
O'Keefe
But,
Media Group.
Not a single person until now has done anything about this.
Not one, not any conservative media, not any liberal media, because unfortunately that's the day and age we live in now, right? None of them would touch this.
No.
None of them want to be involved in saving kids.
When I say I tried so hard, and nobody wanted to do anything.
Law enforcement.
You get that? And I just watched this. And what was I saying? Like, what was I saying? Now, the reason why I got away with it in 2004, because nobody had done anything. Not like that. We set up a house. I pretended to be a young girl or even a young boy. Got the guys, gave them the address. My parents are away. Come over. And we nabbed one after the other. Like, we would schedule one at 11, 11:30, 12, and getting them on camera. And it exploded. It was a great fucking show. It educated people. It alerted all kinds of stuff, right? Legal passed it because at that time, there's nothing illegal about it. But when we got the backlash of the neighbors in that neighborhood with all the money and influence, they wanted to shut it down. They wanted to take it off. And I guess, let's just do another, because I remember my exact words to producer at the time, I was the assistant producer. I said, oh yeah, aren't you guys tired of doing all your investigating? Because we'd had a 1 hour show once a week. So we would produce it, we'd work on it all week and then air it at the end of the week. And at that time they were doing a lot of, guys, you ever remember those videos where people were like stealing stuff from people's suitcases at the airport? And then they would get like a hidden camera and show you people like going in your suitcase and stealing shit. And like they kept doing it over. Like when they couldn't find anything, they would go back to that again. Like, I'm like, oh my God. So sometimes they're also lazy. It's not just legal. Yeah. You know I'm keeping it real, guys. So I think I've said enough. And I will watch this. And I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to see what I can do about it, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to cut some clips up. I'm also going to be talking to you guys and getting your input and feelings about this. I'm definitely passionate about helping people, period. But the fact that there's more slavery today than ever in history. I don't want to hear everybody in their stupid ass groups. Children. No. It's bad with human trafficking of adults for prostitution, et cetera, et cetera. But children, and I can feel it, I can see it, and I don't want to see it. How horrible. Oh, man, I swear to God. I will be doing more than just talking about this. But knowledge is power. But not utilizing that knowledge means shit. But at least we have the fucking balls to face it, to unite, to help. I believe we all are heroes in one way or the other. Anyway, getting a little too deep in for a second. Okay. At least we put some light on there. That's a good start. We got some light on it a little bit. I'm going to look at your chats, and then I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going straight. I'll be right back, and we're going to do full tard of the reaction video of the day of Five Finger Death Punch, The Wrong Side of Heaven. Eric Hayes, they're not doing enough self-work. Oh, you talking about when I was talking about the guys, men dating, and I don't care what ages, guys. This applies to everybody, any adult. Anyway, they're not doing enough self-work or seeing other person for who on where they are. Is that what you're talking about, Eric? Yeah, one needs experience. Are you asking me, Eric? Or are you asking somebody else in the chat? Are you experienced? Give me more context, honey, so I can better respond. Any old footage of those encounters with the pedos, Olga? Oh, you mean the show that I did from 2004? I would have to contact NBC. I'm sure they have it. They have it archived. I know that because I used to also have to, when I was doing an internship, they used to make me like transcribe all the videos, which sucked, which is how I got the job, because I'm like, you guys are wasting my talent here. Like, I got some good stories. I got some good ideas. And they're like, go ahead, Olga. And they were just tired of not knowing what to investigate. I was like, pedo. And they jumped on board right away. You will enjoy FFDP. Great voice, great message, great song. Oh, the reaction video I'm going to do. Again, no spoilers, guys. No spoilers. But I got my tissue. I don't know. I have a feeling it might make me cry. Ashes Tass says, yeah, the access to the world on VR and phones is wild. Yeah, exclamation. Yeah. I guard the kids like crazy because it's crazy. Absolutely, man. My mother used to be all paranoid. My mother wouldn't even, she would like, if I played with my brothers too long and like hidden or like, she would come in the room, see if I was under the bed, like, what are you guys doing? Like my mother. So, and I had no reason. My brothers are excellent. You know, luckily I never met any uncles or anything that, or at least it didn't happen. My mom was extremely on my ass. My dad was too. But nowadays, come on, suicide rate is up. I mean, there's nothing positive about them being on the fucking phone. Here we go. Let me share this. My Rumble peeps. Sean Ryan is a Navy SEAL. Oh, shit. Girl, you know everything. I love you. Been following him for a few years now. Man, I just found him. Yeah, I had a feeling I'm going to like this guy. Of course he's a SEAL. Yes. You see? Gen Z. Anyway, the guy that exposed him, the hacker, I mean, looks like Gen Z to me. And that's awesome. To have that Navy SEAL, Gen Z. Yes. I had said this. Have you guys ever read the book, The Fourth Turning? I highly recommend it. I'll put a link in the description below. In fact, I'll make an affiliate link and maybe I can make $1 off of it. So please buy it from me to help the channel, to help me. The Fourth Turning. Because I literally had this feeling, you know, I'm very prophetic. I have these feelings. I have this intuition. And I'm being mild. And I want to be the one, like, I'm going to save the world. And then I felt that, no, it's going to be the millennials and the Gen Zs, and both, but in different ways. And it's us in the Fourth Turning. The Generation X is like nomads, and they're going to be helping them carry out what needs to be done. Yeah, we could totally discuss. I would love to, you know what? I'll even share a video about the Fourth Turning, the next live stream. And, yeah, it's very interesting. There's a whole backstory. The guy, there's a couple interviews how he explains how he didn't even try to write a book about this. He was doing research on something else. And then they started seeing these results and like, oh, and they put this whole thing together on how in American history, specifically American history, there's I don't know if it's 80 years that there's a constant cycle of success and then breakdown and success and breakdown. I'm totally simplifying it, but there's a fourth turning for a reason. Like, that's why it's called Fourth Turning. And like we're the nomads. The Generation X are considered the nomads. And then there's the artists. I forget the other two right now. You know. So here we're going to do. Got to take a quick break. But as you know, I already queued up the Rational Texan. It's one of the main problems of the 21st century. Yeah, ineffective justice will destroy America. Yeah, justice. I like that. I'm glad you used that word. Hey, was it Outkick the Sports? Hola, in caps. I love that. Great to see you. All right, guys. Real quick, I'll be right back. Any questions, any comments, let me know. Super chat it. That's one way to help support the channel. Send me some love. Show me some love. And I won't miss it. And definitely screen share it. All right. Shouldn't be long. Go get your drink or your coffee or tea or go to the restroom. You know, that's what I'm doing. And I will be right back. Keep your comments coming. All right. I'll be right back. Jesus. I'll be right back. welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry if that was too loud, baby. I just got a message that apparently Robert Phoenix called it out or predicted it. And apparently from Tim Cass just posted that Carlson firing was part of the Dominion deal. And Tucker and Musk have basically announced a partnership. And he did this, and it was on April 24th. You see, when you can't rely on the fake news, your intuition never fails. So great to have you guys back. Thank you for still being here. And if you left, I hope you're coming back, because I'm going straight into the reaction, baby. Straight into the reaction. And smash that like button if you haven't already. Help a sister out. Oh my God. Hope you guys had some fun while I was gone for a few minutes. I'm loving it. You know, with Rumble, it won't, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I have the basic account, but like when you watch the replay of a live stream, you can't see the live chat. On YouTube, you can. I don't know if there's, like, I have to become a member or something, or if it's just Rumble's just not up to par. Because as soon as I can, I love to watch your conversations, you know, between each other. So, yeah, that's why your comments are everything, man. Without you, without your energy, this real, live, raw reaction wouldn't be happening. And for those who don't know, this is live, unedited, unscripted. And this is going to be the first time reaction to 5-Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven. For those who are new, I watch it the first time. I pause as needed, as I feel, whatever comes through me. And then I play it from the top without interruption. And then talk to you guys on the live chat. So without further ado, who's ready? Who's ready? You guys are ready? There we go. Making sure you guys can see this. All right. I put my face on the big on the big format version so that you can see my reaction, right? So, without further ado, the Rational Texan, do it! Love it. Love it. There you go. Do it! Thank you. Love you. Love you guys so much. Okie doke. Here we go. I'm not nervous, but I'm really like, because it's a completely new artist. And I see this song came out 8 years ago. 391 million views. What the? And he's got almost 4 million subscribers. Where have I been? How do I not know about this guy? I'm assuming it's a guy. Oh my God. Am I right? Again, I don't know why, but that's what came through me. So here we go. Real live raw reaction of 5-Finger Death Punch. Wrong Side of Heaven. Starting now. The ones that love you the most are the ones willing to fight for you. Yes, I'm loving it all. God, I'm gonna start crying already. For those listening to the podcast, there's some text on the video. And by the way, I always forget to mention, for those that just listen to the podcast, I always include in the description in the podcast a link. Like you click on the timestamp link and it'll take you directly to the live stream video. So if you're listening to it, I also recommend you watch it. And make sure you let me know where you found me, leave a comment, all that. But I don't know if I want to, you know what, guys? Let me just rewind it for those who are listening. I'm going to read the text. So like I said, the ones that love you the most are the ones willing to fight for you. I swore to defend you. I volunteered. I risked my life. So you don't have to. While you were watching this, there are 300,000 homeless veterans sleeping on the streets. And this number is rising. Homeless veterans served our country for at least 3 years.
I spoke to God today, and she said that she's ashamed. What have I become? What have I done? I spoke to the devil today, and he swears he's not to blame.
A soldier somewhere doesn't understand why he is so easily discarded.
And I am
Ain't that the truth? Horrible.
understood, 'cause I feel the same.
Yet he keeps fighting on. Oh my God, am I restarting?
Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly care. I'm on the
Is this guy the singer? Is this guy Five Finger Death Punch? Just question.
wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell.
Oh my God, my entire body is lit right now. Like, I got chills everywhere right now. I can handle this shit. It's, sometimes the tissue, it's just not enough.
I heard from God today, and she sounded just like me. What have I done, and who have I become? I saw the devil.
Divorce rate among military couples has increased 42%. No doubt.
Today, and he looked a lot like.
Guys, you know I advocate for veterans all the time. Same with the whole pedo BS. Like, this matters. Not influencers having fights with each other because they're shills and they're fake. What the fuck? This is real. This is what I'm for. Real. Honest.
I looked away. I turned away.
Oh my God, I don't think I can handle this.
Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone.
I'm no hero and I'm not made of stone. I believe that's what I heard. Powerful. Oy, 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 oy.
Right or wrong,
An estimated 460,000 veterans suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Do we not just talk about this last stream? You see the synchronicity? All of this is meant to be, guys. No such thing as coincidence. And that's why I love you, appreciate you, and respect you all so much.
can hardly care. I'm on the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell.
On the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. My God, could you say it any, like, more accurate?
Wrong side of hell.
I can't. Guys, you know I don't watch anything with violence. I've learned years ago. What you watch, or like what you eat, you become. What you say, you become. Like what you watch, you become. In a way, it affects us. It's not just a movie. I can't just say it enough. And because I'm not used to seeing this type of visuals, it deeply affects me. And not because I'm a pussy and my feelings are getting hurt or I can't handle it. It's not that. It's that I give a shit. So when you care, the shit, you feel it. You can't unsee it. Oh. And the righteous side, While you were watching this, a veteran is roaming the streets helpless. This vet spent an average of 6 years on the streets. Jesus. I'm not defending. Downward. While you were watching this. Descending, falling further and further away. Closer every day. Why his sacrifice went unappreciated.
I'm getting closer every day to the end.
How about that tattoo, huh? Great shot. This video is done very well. I mean, it really looks like a movie. Like a really good movie. You know what I mean? Where it looks very 100% real. These actors are, God, the director, the producer. My God. They had to be veterans themselves or something. Or I will even dare to say, Five Finger Death Punch. Is he a veteran? And again, I keep saying he. I mean, obviously it's a male voice, but... And I'm getting closer every day. Arms wide open. I stand. While you were watching this, a veteran somewhere is not getting any help. And alone, the administration have resources to serve only a fraction of your veterans. Sorry, guys, to keep pausing, but I think it's necessary to read this. Oh, hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven. I mean, I'm not a veteran. I do have friends that are veterans that had PTSD and then some. I had an uncle who went to Vietnam, committed suicide. I had two uncles that went. I believe in the military, at least back in the day, you couldn't have more than two of the same family. But I never met them. I never met them. But, oh my God. This gets to me because, like that scene right there, where the guy's like, get away from me, you know? When you lose everything, and when it's not about losing, and it's not about having a bad time in your life or a crisis in your life that was deeply devastating, whether it's a loss of a loved one or war. But when you lose everything and the stress it gives you, the way you respond, you don't want to live and you want to give up because the reality is so horrible that your intellect. I don't think these people are weak. I think the intellect is like, what did I just do? What am I doing? For what? And if the game is rigged, you know what I mean? There's all these things that go through. In fact, Hemingway wrote something about that. You know, he committed suicide. But of course, they want to put it on like mental health, like he was bipolar. But we don't really have any proof of that. I'm not discarding that mental health doesn't exist, especially, you know, being bipolar. But my point is that the most intellect, like the most intellectual, the most caring are the ones that usually crumble the most. And it's so harder for the people that do not live in denial and that they're facing reality that they can't get back up. And the help is really not there because I went through this, which is why I started coaching. Once I figured shit out and even had a little spark in my soul to get back up. Because this was triggering. It's triggering that I didn't have the balls to kill myself. You know, some people just don't have it in them. But I didn't want to live. I gave up. And then I think I've shared this with you guys in other videos, but to get back to the video, I had this vision that I died and that I was happy about it, especially when I didn't think anybody cared and everybody showed up at the funeral, but then the next day they were all gone and they moved on with their life. So at first I'm like, yeah, you missed me now. I'm gone now. And then when they moved on, and because I didn't have it in me to really end my life, I was like, shit, whatever that was, that vision, it ignited the little, if I had any, I didn't think I had anything left in me. And by that point, I was Polly fucking Sunshine is what my friends would call me all the time. She's always up. She's gone. And I completely isolated, cut everybody out. And I could not believe that there was a spark. And I believe that was divine intervention at some level. And I got up. And at that point, it was so bad. I think I didn't shower for like a month. I was imploding for real. Oh my God. I couldn't eat. My friends would try to feed me. I'm like, ugh. Anyway, sorry. As you can see, I'm not just being, empathic or compassionate for the reality of this bullshit of the so-called leaders, fucking psychopaths. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. All right, let me continue the video.
Righteous side of hell, the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell, the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell.
And the time you were watching this video, of course, a veteran somewhere took his home life. Was I not like, you see, I'm literally feeling this video before I even know what the guy's going to say or type or write. It's like, even when people say, oh, somebody cares. Oh man, my experiences, people take, there's always the givers and the takers, right? They say, I've experienced the taking. And that's the hardest thing. But I felt that I transmuted it. Figured it out. Then thought, well, maybe that's happened to me so I can help people. And that's my purpose. And that's it. And that's what I've been doing ever since for the last 23 years. Woo, sorry. Sorry. That's one veteran every 2 hours. If you want to join the cause and help, or you are a veteran in need, contact one of these organizations. Veterans Organization List, bootcampaign.com, American Ex-Prisoners of War. There's phone numbers, guys, so I do urge you to watch this video if you're just listening to the podcast. American Forces, American Gulf War Veterans Association, American Legion, American Veterans for Equal Rights, Blinded Veterans Association, Call of Duty Endowment, Code of Support, Disabled American Veterans, Healing Heroes, Heartstrings for Heroes, Helping Hometown Heroes, Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, Jared Aliens. Oh my God, the list is huge. All right, guys, I got to stop because I can't. I don't know if you ever cried so hard that, you can't breathe. I'm getting there, so I'm going to stop. But guys, I urge you to watch this video or look up this video. See all the links. I think this was awesome. And I think, yeah, the list is long, so that's good. But at the same time, I know because I used to do events. I still do them. I just haven't done one in a long time, in like a year or so. And I do have another planned one. But it's so funny because every time I would do one, for veterans, fundraising, help, awareness, all that stuff, that would always be the most difficult events to get people to buy tickets. I'm like, this is some sad ass shit. And I thought, I'm going to do it in a way. So I haven't accomplished it yet. But this video is going to be a part of that. So I think this is another thing on my list to do. To serve. Because to me, we're all going to die. And we don't know the last day. And oh my God, look at me. Oh my God, look at the makeup. Oh shit. Oh shit. Look at me. I got not that I care about the way I look. It's just it's like almost like having a booger in your nose. I'm one of those people that will tell you, by the way. People always thank me. Oh, thank you. Or a guy that didn't zip up his pants. I'm like, sorry, but I thought you might want to know that you oh. It's funny how people are always grateful for it. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't want to be told. Anyway. Oh my God. God. Oh. And if you've seen my videos, you know I've cried in many of the videos, but this one. Whew. Jesus. Help me, Lord. Where they usually say the old school thing is like, don't like get your pearls, don't clench your pearls. But no, that's more for like trigger shit. Or like, oh, how dare you? Oh my God. All right, now it didn't mess me up. I can cry, guys. But that doesn't mean like my whole day I'm going to be going, no. No. I feel good about this. I'm glad you guys requested it. I'm glad that you guys voted for it. I'm so glad. So happy. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to look into this artist. Is there something else? Oh my God, shit! I said I was going to play from the top without interruption. Really, as you can see, you just can't fake this shit. But I'm a woman of my word. I will do as I say from the top because that's how I just remembered that I have to play from the top because I'm like, my God, like I actually like the beat too. Like it reminds me of my heavy metal days, you know. I'm a big Metallica fan. I mean, a lot of heavy metal shit from back in the day, but specifically Enter Sandman. Oh, dude, I fucking rock out to that all the time. Anyway, from the top without interruption. Oh, shit.
I spoke to God today, and she said that she's ashamed. What have I become? What have I done? I spoke to the devil today, and he swears he's not to blame. And I understood, 'cause I feel the same. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven, and the righteous just like me. What have I done? And who have I become? I saw the devil today, and he looked a lot like me. I looked away, I turned away, arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly care. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. I'm not defending, downward descending, falling further and further away, getting closer every day.
I'm getting closer every day to the end. I'm getting
Closer every day. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly care. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell.
There you have it. Five-finger death punch. Wrong side of heaven. Real, live, raw reaction. Both times. Thank you for being here, guys. If you haven't smashed that like button, help a sister out. Smash that like button. Comment. Again, even your replay. I read your comments. They are my fuel. Keep them coming. Thank you for all your love and support. Consider becoming a member on this channel and on Locals. Your donations are another form of sponsorship, so all that will help me do better, make more videos, be able to pay somebody. So you're helping me employ people, get people work, you know? We all benefit, and I appreciate all your love and support. So, oh my God, what did I miss in the live chat? So you guys said it wasn't on the screen, but I saw that it was on the screen. It wasn't on the screen for a second. But then I did double check, right? And if not, here we go. Another moment where nothing was captured. Too late. I went with it. At least you saw me be in it. I was in it. Five Finger Eric's Hypes 33 says, Five Finger Death Punch. Wrong Side of Heaven, great song and video. Powerful, exclamation. Full chills, right? All hairs up. Yes. Thank you. Not just me, right? Hello. Okay. Well, I think you guys did finally see the video, so that's cool. Well, if there's anything else, any super chats, Rumble rants, if not, I'm going to peace out for now. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I love you. Much love. I wish you the best day ever, no matter what. So glad that we are sharing real fucking live content. No fake, no scripts, nothing. And it's not easy to be on this side and not really see you guys and stuff and to be as real as I can possibly on this format. But it's about being able to reach as many people as possible. And that I hope I can serve. Even if it's just putting a smile on your face. If you're happy to see me. If you appreciate this content, right? Share this. I forgot to say that. I wanted to make sure you guys shared it on Twitter or Facebook, wherever you're at. Share it with your friends or family. Share it. Let them know that you sent them. I'll give them a shout out, to say the least. All right, guys. Well, I will be on Locals. I have to look at my schedule. I'm not sure if I can get on Locals today. Maybe tomorrow. But I'm definitely doing Locals this week. Tom's Friday is this Friday. I believe it's second Friday of the month. And I think I'll put a vote up to see which Tom McDonald video you guys want me to do. I mean, I'll definitely do that. Based on all the requests I already gotten. And then you guys, you pick what order you want it. Like what I'm doing this time. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, happy to be here. I will be watching that Sean Ryan show episode. We'll be cutting some clips. We'll be talking about it in the next live stream, then doing the Tom McDonald reaction video. But also, it's going to go completely raw on Locals. So if you're not signed up to Locals, sign up to Locals. And until next time, thank you for all your love, your support, being on the live stream, liking, you name it. Much love. And I'll talk to you soon.